Um, I am just gonna be. I'm always candid and transparent with you. I'm scared shitless. When you'll make these statements and you make these. I hate this background. We'll work on that, but well, I don't hate it. It's just this ugly thing. But as I've been traveling, as I've been speaking at different conferences, particularly as the year ended, I was doing more and more entertainment, bringing more and more of my personality to my presentations. Because I don't mean to offend anybody, but most talks, be they tech, business, or anything else, are just boring. People are just boring. And people are boring. The content doesn't stick. And so I know that as educator, if I'm not engaging you, the chances of you retaining anything that I've taught you or told you or showed you decrease. So I've always, and again, people will argue with this, I am an introvert. But I do like to entertain in those moments when I like to entertain. After that, I'm done. And so I've been fighting this. Oh my God, I have been pushing away from this for so long. Of bringing more of myself to the platform, bringing more of myself to improving our communities and our organizations, bringing more of myself to just making things fun just for me, because I get bored easily. And I know the work that I do in the direction I'm going in is very important, but it has to be fun for me or I won't be doing it. I won't stick with it. I have to admit that was one of the reasons I was very happy when Community Engineering Report ended, because I could see it just going on and on and on because people liked it and I enjoyed it, but it wasn't fun. It wasn't just me engaging and bringing all of what I am to something in that moment when I have that energy. And so what's been marinating in my mind for, it keeps coming up, and I keep pushing it down because I don't know how to make it fucking happen. And I don't want to talk about that before I tell you what it is, because I believe in once I add voice to something, it becomes this thing that I can't take back. And so I'm gonna rely on you. I'm gonna trust you that I've created a safe space so that when I say this, I'll get the support I need to keep moving on, because I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know how to make this a success. I know that I want it to be, and I know that it will, but the how, it just is not coming to me yet. But the desire to make it happen is growing, and the pain that is coming from running from it is ever increasing. And that flu didn't teach me anything else. It was, I need to just face this thing and make it work. Not try to make it work. Make it work for the benefit of my own sanity, because I love this space. I love tech. I love business, but I have to do it my way. And if I am the example of, you know what, people, this shit's scary, but we can do it, and we have to do it our way, have our perspectives and our voices at the table for it to mean something. I don't want to be a cookie cutter of anybody else. I want to be me. I have a unique background as well as other people, and it's because of that I want to bring that to the table. But I really want to talk about how we shut down our desires, the things that are in our heart, our passions, because we don't know how it's going to happen. We have these big, amazing dreams. We really want to do these big things. We want to make these changes. We want to influence the world. We want to be a positive impact on the world. And we have these ideas, and we don't know how to make them happen. So we get caught up in the how. And I recognize that I haven't spent nearly as much time beating myself up against the wall trying to figure out the how of this, rather than just sitting in the moment of, oh my God, this feels so good. This feels like a perfect mesh of everything that I've ever wanted to do in this space, before this space, all the combination of everything that I've been doing. This feels so good. It feels like the answer to my prayers. But did I give myself time to explore that, to experience this, to to enjoy feeling like my dreams have come true. No, I went straight to reality. Kim, you don't know how to do this. Kim, you need to again, I'm a researcher. Kim, you need to research how to do this. How do you make this happen? How do you turn this into a business? How do you? And when I don't have the immediate answers, like many people, I get discouraged. I get down. I throw that in the background and I say, well, maybe not now. Maybe it's not the right time. I give myself all these excuses of why, what's in my heart, what's singing in my heart is not the time. And I say, fuck that now. I did not realize when I said 2018 was a year to cause a scene, how much it would cause a scene within me. Cause a scene within everything that I'm doing. But it is these moments that I just look myself in the face and say, fuck it, you don't know what to do next. And that's okay. That is absolutely okay. But you do have this desire to do good. And that's all you need, because all you have to do is ask and the universe will provide. So this is the big... I'm going to give me a second because I'm about to give voice to this. I haven't spoken this. And so I know once I say the words, you can't take the words back. I'm live on Periscope. It is what it is. But so I've transitioned into, well, I'll be finishing my doctorate degree in August. And so I've been trying to figure out how to move what I've been doing, preparing for that time. And I really want to have fun. I really want to engage people. And I'm just beating around the bush here. I'm beating around the bush. What I want to do is take business for social change, the movement, and I want to have a show. I don't want to do a podcast. I want to do a show where I take, and it's in seasons. So maybe a season is 5 to 6 weeks, where I take a business, and particularly a business from entrepreneurs who are members of underrepresented and marginalized communities. Because if you've been following me, if you've heard me say this, change is not going to come. Our communities are not going to improve until we have more voices at the table, more people with perspectives and power to make change at the table to make change. Because you cannot create products and services or build a business for a global market without global perspectives. So one thing I know that I've learned is the reason I went to business school is because I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and we know that we live in an information age. And so everybody has access to information. We can all Google the same shit. But without some structure, without some form, system around it, information means absolutely nothing. And so what I've discovered is, by spending an exorbitant amount of money to get this doctor's degree in business administration, I now have skills that put me on the same level with people who have had the privilege in the past of going to school and getting these skills. The average person doesn't have the benefit of going into debt the way I have to get these skills, and nor should they. So one of the things I've been trying to do is how to democratize business school education, because what I find is a hindrance to many businesses, entrepreneurs, is that you have a great product or service, or you might not even have a great product or service. You have a product or service, but you don't have a business. You don't have a structure around your product or service that would allow you to scale it, to evolve. That means learning from the data you receive, learning from customer, all these things, or to recover if there's some kind of crisis management issue. And what I find is what people are, when you look at startup boot camps, when you look at shows like Shark Tank and Profit and those things, they focus on customer acquisition. They focus on all these things that are not about building a business. They still focus on the product or service, and a product or service is not a business. But the reason that a Shark Tank can come in, venture capitalists can come in, because they have the background of how to build a business. That's the thing you're missing, and that's not what is being communicated. That's the piece that only the elite, the privileged, the only a certain amount of people have had the privilege of gaining that knowledge. So I want to disseminate that information. I want to democratize business school education. And I want to do that, again, let me reiterate, is because we need more global perspective and voices at the business table to create products and service for a global market. And so as I've been talking to particularly individuals in Latin America about the challenges they face in building businesses and getting people to understand the value of these things, I see an opportunity. I always see opportunities. When other people see, I always see an opportunity in the negative. Or I try to see the opportunity in the negative, and when I can't, I walk away. I let somebody else deal with it. But I see there's an opportunity for this. And again, because I want to be more entertaining, I want to be fun. I want this to be in a way that more people from underrepresented and marginalized communities around the world can gain access to this without having to pay an exorbitant amount of money. And that's been my thing. How do I make a living? How do I build a business that allows me to have a lifestyle that I want while providing information and this knowledge for people who don't have the funds for it? So, okay, drum roll please. I'm gonna do a show, and I really like to be kind of like a reality show. I just really want to be fun and silly, but very content rich. And so what I want to do is, as I was saying, is like maybe it's going to be in seasons. So 5 or 6 week seasons where I take entrepreneurs through building the foundations of a business. So they're giving homework, they're doing these things, and they're building these businesses. And then at some point, that's just the beginning thing I want to do. So, and then at some point I want to do a competition, but not one of those apprentice kind of competitions or where people are just like beating each other up. No, I want to do a competition where these groups are coming together and they're building these things, learning these skills, and then they're taking it out in their communities and impacting their communities by building these businesses that have a positive effect on the communities locally and globally. So that's the idea. How I'm going to do this, I don't know. This is the so scary part about this. I don't fucking know. But I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited about teaming up with some entrepreneurs, taking them through this process, you watching them go from not knowing how to create a system around their products and services, and then them doing it, and then them going out and having a positive impact on their clients and customers, and then them being able to compete with like businesses on a global scale, and having their voice added, their perspective added to the table, so that we can make a positive change in our communities and in our businesses that impact a global market. So that's the thing. Yay! I'm so scared. Oh my God. I can't believe I just said it. I said it. It's done. Don't know how it's going to happen. If you have any ideas, if you have any way you want to help me out, please reach out. I think this is going to be so much fun, and I'm looking for sponsors for this, so that it's a regular show where so I'm looking for sponsors, businesses who really believe in this mission of empowering, providing, I take that back because you cannot empower somebody. You can give them the tools to empower themselves. But providing a platform, providing resources, providing avenues for entrepreneurs all over the world to create businesses that are beneficial to not only themselves, but to all stakeholders. They're creating employment. They're creating partnerships. They're creating products and services that people want to buy, and they're great investments. This is bottom line. You guys know me. It's all about ROI. It's all about an economic benefit. So that's what I want to do. I want to do a show. And so if you can help in any way, please let me know. But That's it. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.